Ooh, spilling Webleros is not good.
This summer, like the first time we put concrete in one of them, I spilled the whole thing in a curb because we were putting concrete in a curb. And I had to move it like maybe 2 inches, and it was like plumb full. I spilled that whole thing back in the air.
I about spilt one time.
It was bad.
About spilt. Because we had to owe everybody on the crew if we spilt the one. So that wasn't good. So then I kept trying to muscle it. Then the cement truck operator just said, "Here, let me fix it up," because he was a giant of a man. I mean, he's like 300 pounds, 6'6", and just, okay, you take it. So he saved me.
Brody always nicked like 5 24 packs. So every time you spill one, it's one. I spilled it like 5 times. So.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. We got to know what shape this is, what its area is, what its perimeter is. So, to figure out what shape it is, okay, we should measure the lengths of the sides. Okay? So we use the distance formula. Now, we can use the shortcut to the distance formula because the distance formula, you actually have to find the ordered pairs. The shortcut is how far over, how far up did we go? Okay? So we went 3 over and 1 up. So you just take 3 squared plus 1 squared. Okay? 3 squared is 9. 1 squared is 1. So it's a square root of 10. So this side's the square root of 10. This side is also over 1 up 3. Over 1 up 3 doesn't matter which direction we go. That'll still make it the square root of 10. This one, up 1 over 3, still makes it the square root of 10. This one, back 1, up 3, still makes it the square root of 10. So for sure we know it's a rhombus. Okay? But it also could be a square if the angles are right angles. So to figure out if the angles are right angles or not, we have to look at the slope of the line. The slope from D to C, we go up 1 to the right 3. So the slope from D to C is up 1 to the right 3. The slope from C to B is, slope from B to C is down 3 to the right 1. Are these opposite reciprocals? Yep, so it makes a right angle here. So this one's up 1 to the right 3. So this will make a right angle here. We'll have a right angle here. We'll have a right angle here. What is it? It's a square. How do you find the area of a square? How do you find the area of a square? Base times height, right? Okay. So the square root of 10 times the square root of 10. What's the square root of 10 times the square root of 10? Isn't it 10?
Yeah.
Because square root of 10 times square root of 10 is square root of 100, which is 10. Or when you 10 times 10, square root of 10 times square root of 10 is basically a square root squared. And when you square root, you get what's underneath. What's a perimeter? How many square root of 10s do I have there? 4. So it's 4 square root of 10. Okay? So I can find the shape. I can figure out what the area is. I can figure out what the perimeter is. Those are the types of questions you'll be asked. Okay? Let's do one more of those. Let's find the perimeter and the area of this triangle. Okay? So to find the perimeter and the area, I got to find the lengths of each of the sides. So AB, we go up 1, 2, 3, 4, to the right 2. So it's the square root of 4 squared plus 2 squared, which is the square root of 16 plus 4, which is the square root of 20, which is square root of 4, square root of 5, or 2 square root of 5. AC. You go to the right 4 and down 2. To the right 4, down 2. But when you square a negative 2, it comes out to be the same thing as what we had above. 16 plus 4, which is, in the end, 2 square root of 5. So this is 2 square root of 5. This is 2 square root of 5. Let's look at this one, BC. We go over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and up 2. So BC is 6 squared plus 2 squared, or the square root of 36 plus 4, which is the square root of 40, which is the square root of 4, square root of 10, or 2 square root of 10. So, what's the perimeter? Well, when you add up 2 square root of 5 plus 2 square root of 5, it's not 4 square root of 10. It's 4 square root of 5. Okay, do not add what's inside the square roots. Okay, those are act like variables. So 2x plus 2x is 4x. 2 square root of 5 plus 2 square root of 5 is 4 square root of 5. Plus 2 square root of 10, and you leave it like that. You don't try to combine those, because they don't combine. They're not like terms. So you leave it like that. To find the area, we have to figure out if this is a right angle or not at angle A. So if we go up 4 and to the right 2, the slope of this one is 2. If we go down 2 to the right 4, the slope of this one is negative 1/2. Are those opposite reciprocals? Yeah. So that makes a right angle there. So if we have a right angle, the area is 1/2 the two sides that surround the right angle. 2 square root of 5 times 2 square root of 5. Okay? 1/2 of 2, they just can cancel out. So you take square root of 5 times square root of 5, which is 5, times 2, which is 10. The area of this one is 10. Or you could do it on your calculator too. Okay? But you should come out to be 10. You got to be careful with the calculator. Press equals after every time you put in a square root. Then you don't make mistakes. Okay? So the first two problems, well, the first 5 questions will look like that, because one problem will have 3 questions, one problem will have 2 questions. And there's 12 questions on the test. Then the circle problems. Well, if you're doing circle problems, you need the circle formula. X minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. So, how would we write out this circle formula? X minus 2 squared, y minus a negative 6, or y plus 6 squared equals the radius squared, which is 16. That's what you should get. Okay? Is the point 46 on the circle that has the center of this and a radius of this? Well, first write down the circle formula. So x minus 1 squared plus y plus 2 squared equals 25. Then you stick the 4 in here and the negative 6 in here. The x in for the x, the y in for the y. So 4 minus 1 is 3 squared. Negative 6 plus 2 is negative 4 squared. And that's 9 plus 16, which is 25. If it equals, then the answer is yes. If it doesn't equal, the answer is no. Okay? Then we get to the stuff that we did Monday. Okay? What's the vertex, focus, and directrix line for this? Well, what is P going to equal here? What's P going to equal if it's 1 over 16? 4. So that means the focus is 4 above the vertex. So what's our vertex? Where's our vertex? Well, it's the opposite of this, opposite of this. So it's 5, negative 2. What's 4 above 5, negative 2? 5 positive 2. Above means you change the y. What's 4 below negative 2? But it's a line, not a point, so y equals negative 6. Okay? So that's the basics of what we do there. Okay, let's do that again. So, if we have a negative here and this is 8, what is p going to equal? Negative 2. Okay, where's our vertex? Negative 2, positive 1. What's 2 below negative 2, positive 1? Negative 2, negative 1. The directrix line is the opposite direction from the focus, so what's 2 above the vertex? Y equals? Y already equals positive 1 here. What's 2 above that? Y equals 3. Okay, our focus is here. Our directrix line is here. Where's our vertex? Where's the vertex from the focus and directrix line? It's going to be halfway in between, right? What's halfway in between 3, 6, and y equals 10? Well, it's going to be 3. And then halfway in between 6 and 10 is 8. So our vertex is 3, 8. So how far is it from 3, 6 to 3, 8? 2. So P is going to equal 2. And since the focus is below the vertex, it'll equal negative 2. Okay. So then we go y minus our y value of the vertex, 8, equals 1 over 4p, 1 over 4 times negative 2 times x minus the x value of the vertex squared. Now, if they want y alone, it would be like this, negative 1/8 x minus 3 squared plus 8. Okay, let's do that one more time. Okay, focus is at 1, 3, vertex is negative 2. How far are they away from each other? 5. So P equals 5. Is the vertex, or is the focus above the vertex? Yes, so it's a positive. So I go x or y minus the y value, negative 2, equals 1 over 4 times 5 x minus the x value. So y plus 2 equals 1/20 x minus 1 squared. Or, if you want y alone, it's 1/20 x minus 1 squared minus 2. Okay? That's the basics of everything on the test. Okay? Distances at the start, circles, and then parabolas. Okay? All right. Good enough for that. I will hand